Did you know that 2/3 of people who are infected with the herpes virus don't even know that they have it? My name is Adrienne Rommel, and I am a holistic nutritionist specializing in nutrition and wellness for women's sexual health. I have lived with herpes for over 20 years, and I have been through a roller coaster of an experience with it. But I have learned to manage and prevent and heal my herpes outbreaks because I haven't had an outbreak in over a year. So what I'm doing is working. Now, what am I doing, you might ask? I'm here to share my top 3 tips with you on what's working for me. Before I get into it, I just want to remind you about some of the facts about herpes, just so you can understand a bit more about the virus before I give you my tips and tricks. So there are 2 types of herpes viruses, and that is HSV1, which causes cold sores orally and genitally, and HSV2, which causes cold sores primarily genitally. 1 in 4 people live with HSV1, and 1 in 6 people live with HSV2. These are people who know that they live with the herpes virus. And that there you can see just how common it is. But like I mentioned at the start of this video, 2/3 of the people who live with herpes don't even know that they have it because it's asymptomatic. They've never had a cold sore, and that's where herpes becomes a bit of a mystery. These viruses are dependent on the health of our immune system and the health of our gut, which is why I'm talking about it for the Bioptimized Woman. And this is why Bioptimizers can help, because they have a wide range of supplements like probiotics and B-complex vitamins and magnesium that help to support our gut health. Tip number 1, nutrition. Just like I mentioned in my HPV video, if you saw it, it's very similar. It is eat the rainbow of fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, eat all the colors. That includes orange vegetables that are high in vitamin C and vitamin A, like orange bell peppers, carrots, sweet potatoes. We've got our purple and red vegetables and fruits that are high in antioxidants, like purple cabbage and all of the berries and tomatoes. We've got our dark leafy greens, which are super high in folic acid and some vitamin C. You'd be surprised. Spinach, kale, arugula, anything dark leafy green. And the cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower. A lot of really great antiviral herbs that are natural, like onions and garlic. I put garlic on everything. Natural leafy green herbs like cilantro and basil and rosemary and thyme. Good fats including avocado, eggs, fatty fish like salmon. Really good quality, consciously raised animal proteins and meat products like poultry and lean red meats, as well as gluten-free grains like quinoa, millet, things that are low starch and gluten-free, that add fiber to your diet, help boost your digestive system, helps to improve your elimination process, and helps keep the gut flora happy and healthy and flourishing so that it can support and boost your immune system as well as your nervous system. Now, there are actually, interestingly enough, quite a few foods to avoid when we live with herpes. Some of those things include processed foods, junk foods, foods that are high in sugar. Sugar is a trigger for a lot of people who live with herpes. You want to try to avoid alcohol. I mean, sometimes it's hard to avoid, but really learning to drink it in moderation because alcohol can be a trigger. You want to also drink coffee in moderation because coffee can trigger our nervous system and our stress hormones, which can also impact our gut health and really throw off our immune system and nervous system. There is something called arginine, and it is an essential amino acid that our bodies can't produce naturally. We have to get it from food. But arginine is very high in nuts and seeds and chocolate. And this is what we need to avoid or eat in moderation when we live with herpes, because arginine, or foods that are high in arginine, are a trigger for a lot of people. There are a lot of foods with arginine in it, and it's really hard to keep track of them all. What you want to do is you want to avoid the foods that have high amounts of arginine. The other amino acid that is actually good, which is kind of like the opposite of arginine, is called lysine. And lysine can be taken in a supplement form, which I'll talk about in a minute in my tip number 2, supplements. But you want to also include foods that contain lysine. There are specific foods that are high in lysine actually, and those are meat and poultry, legumes and lentils, and cheese and eggs. My number 2 tip is supplements. So the first one, lysine. Lysine is really great to take when we're living with herpes as a daily supplement. I really like a lysine that's mixed in with a vitamin C that's a high dose, which also helps to boost your immune system. A multivitamin which has A, C, E, and S in it. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium. Zinc is another really great immune booster when we live with herpes, as well as herbal remedies like herbal teas. And the ones that I like are licorice root, lemon balm, and chamomile. Those are particularly good when we live with herpes because they really help to heal the gut. Also great supplements to take are supplements that are going to support your gut health as well. So a B complex is a really great vitamin to take. Always probiotics, of course, always good to take, as well as vitamin D. Tip number 3 is making sure you're taking really good care of yourself. Wellness practices. This is so important when we live with herpes. This has been one of the keys to my healing, is to learn how to slow down and take really, really good care of myself, to the point where I dedicate a day, a self-care, self-love day to myself every Sunday, where I take good care of myself. I rest. I listen to my body. When my body is tired, I sleep, I nap, exercise, I go for walks in nature. I do things that soothe my soul and soothe my nervous system. I take baths once a week. I love to just relax and allow myself to relax. I always had trouble allowing myself to relax because I always thought I should be doing this and I should be doing that and I should. Those are only the stories in my own mind that I'm creating for myself. And when I have learned to really relax and prioritize my rest is really when my nervous system started to heal, especially from that burnout situation that I was in. And that's what's attributed to me reducing the amount of outbreaks that I've been getting over the years. And that's what's important for you too, is learning what works for you that nourishes and rebalances your soul, because that is really, really important when we live with herpes. Reducing stress. I mean, that is also number 1. Stress is the number 1 trigger for us all living with herpes. So if you can get rid of the stress in your life or learn how to manage it better, that will definitely help you living with herpes. And drinking lots of water, making sure you're getting a lot of water, getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep throughout the night, and just making sure that you are living a healthy lifestyle. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your health. If you live with herpes, just know that you're not alone. I am there with you, as well as so many other people that live with herpes. And I know because I talk to them every single day, and I help so many people learn how to manage and prevent this virus in their lives and help them adapt their lifestyle around living with this virus so that it doesn't become an issue in their lives and they don't have to worry about it anymore. And my top 3 tips are helping a lot of people, and just to summarize what those are, they are nutrition, making sure you're eating fresh, good food, colors of the rainbow. If it grows, eat it. Eliminating the crap, making sure you're balancing arginine and lysine. Taking your supplements is number 2, making sure that you're taking your immune boosting supplements as well as your gut supporting supplements. And number 3 is prioritizing your wellness, making sure you are reducing your stress and managing it as much as possible and doing the things that you love. This officially completes my 5-part video series talking about how these common sexually transmitted infections and viruses are connected to your gut health and how they can be managed and prevented by boosting your immune system, supporting your nervous system, and your gut health. I really hope that my tips have helped. I hope that by me sharing the facts and stats about these 2 very common sexually transmitted viruses helps you to see just how common they are. And I really hope that by me sharing my experience with you, you can see that it really is not something to be that afraid of, as well as you can see how common it is. And if you do live with herpes and HPV or either or, just know that you're not alone, and I hope that you can relate to me in some of the things that I've shared with you. Our goal is for you to become the superhuman version of yourself, the Bioptimized woman. If you liked these videos, if you liked this series, if there is anything that you would like to see, if there's anything that you'd like me to talk about moving forward, I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click the little bell notification to get notified when I create more juicy videos like these for the Bioptimized woman. Thank you so much for watching.